after my first year, just knew I have to do this for the rest of my life. My current position is principal at Hermosa Valley School in Hermosa Beach, and it is my home. I feel like dream job, wonderful fit in this particular location. Fantastic staff, wonderful community, excellent students. I would say the core shaped my ability to get this job because I learned a lot about the power of the pivot, the ability to be flexible, the ability to be collaborative. And I think those skills over time, working in education for the last over a decade, have really taught me a lot about who I am and what my central goals are as an educator, like what's my educational philosophy. So that started in Teacher America. That started in the core. Where is the most need really is where I always tend to go. So this particular group of individuals has the most need. What resources do we have available to them and how do I find them? So one of the things that I learned in the core that I feel like is a very important skill set is how to intrigue and interest students. What's the hook? What's going to get them interested in learning? What's going to get them to buy into your message? And I learned that by being bad at it initially. Like, wow, I really failed at that lesson. It fell flat on its face. How do I turn that around and make it better so students learn? In those early days of not being a high quality teacher, as I was learning to become a teacher, I learned a lot about myself. But I think more than anything, I learned that I and these kids can do anything. They can do anything. And a little bit of hope goes a long way. One of my great friends says, praise makes room for more. And I, since hearing that from her, have kind of lived by that. And when you say something wonderful to a student, gosh, I was so impressed with that work product you turned out, or I was so impressed with how eloquent you spoke when you gave that presentation. It changes their body language, it changes their demeanor, you can see a breath. Like, I've even seen students tear up when receiving a positive compliment, but I fully and authentically believe that praise makes room for more. And when we celebrate kids, they know the sky's the limit. Being a teacher is being a part of the community. The community relies on teachers to be the incredible leaders and emotional connection with their kid as they trust them. They trust the school environment, public school environment, to take care of my child while I'm away, while I'm at work, or while I'm, managing tasks at home. And I think that's an incredible responsibility for anybody. I'm responsible for them from the moment they walk out their front door to the moment they return. And it's a great responsibility, but it's also such an honor. In order to make change, start small. It doesn't have to be world-changing to change someone's world. One of our teachers hosted an event called Empty Bowls, where the students built pottery, and then local vendors filled the pottery with soup, and we held an event, and then the donations went to the LA Food Bank. Those kids that night were like, are you gonna pick my bowl? Is this the bowl you're gonna choose? And it just felt super personal. But I think start small, volunteer at a food bank, or pick up a piece of trash. Like it doesn't have to be something that's incredibly broad in order to execute change.